Saturday in Kyiv, and for a few hours, music blaring, alcohol flowing, people dancing, you could almost forget there's a war. Before the war, the nightclub didn't even open until 11 o'clock, but there is martial law right now and a military-imposed curfew, and so now Ukrainians are partying in the middle of the day. Garrick Pledov has been DJing for hours in the daytime, packing in the fun long before the 11 p.m. curfew shuts the city down.
Inside of these people are like big hole, and after this they feel again their lives.
It's a far different scene in Ukraine's east and south, where fierce fighting has erased nearly every sign of normal life. Across Ukraine, some 12 million people have fled their homes, and nearly 14,000 civilians have been killed so far, according to the United Nations. But in parts of Ukraine where the Russians retreated months ago, nightlife, tourism, and bits of normalcy are starting to come back. Like COVID. Easy to overlook in a war zone, but not at this vaccination site. This man getting a booster says during war, people forget there's still a virus spreading, so better to be safe. At a Georgian restaurant near Maidan Square, entertainment was canceled when the war started. Tonight, for the first time, it's back.
They want to eat and have some performance, not just to read bad news. They want something bright.
In most of Ukraine, air raid sirens still go off almost daily. By now, most people ignore them and go about their day. This year, the IMF says Ukraine's economy is expected to shrink by more than a third. But the government says it's starting to stabilize and could expand by 15% by next year. Most tourists are still staying away. At Odessa's beachside Hotel Nemo, 80% of rooms are empty.
Economically, it's totally a disaster time for us. It's more political now. We want to show how we stay strong.
The sun is out and the pools are open. But before the war, the party would have been right here on the beach. These days, landmines make the beach off limits. Alexander Cohen and his wife Hannah have started bringing their baby once a week to this pool just next door to the Odessa port, which was recently struck by Russian missiles.
After a while, you kind of realize that you really have no control over anything. You think that you're safe in the bomb shelter, but, you know, how safe is it? After a while, you realize that there's just no way for you to take all the risk out of life, and I think everyone just adjusts. Can't be scared all your life because you're just not living anymore.
One more sign that parts of normal life are coming back in Ukraine. McDonald's, which is hugely popular here, closed all its restaurants at the start of the war. Now, the company says it will start reopening some of its locations, beginning in western Ukraine and here in Kyiv.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.